boys and girls, it's me, Mrs. McClure, and today we're going to learn about the parts of a book. So let's just think about parts for a minute. Our bodies have different parts that do different things. For example, we have our head, we have our hands, we have legs, we have feet, we have ears, and we have a nose, right? Let's think about another example of something that has parts. What about a car? A car has different parts, right? They have windows. It has a wheel, right? It has tires. And they also have seats for you to sit inside. Well, just like a body and just like a car, books have parts too. Books have parts that also are super important to a book. All books are made up of different parts. So today we are going to learn about the different parts of a book. So I have a book here that I'm going to use as my example. So the first thing that we notice about a book is the front cover. So this part of the book is called the front cover. The front cover of the book has the title, which is the name of the book. So here our title is All Are Welcome. And the front cover also has illustrations giving us an idea or piquing our interest about what this book is about. The front cover also has the author and the illustrator. And now remember, the author is the person who writes the words, right? And the illustrator is the person who does the pictures or the illustrations. So our author and illustrator and the book that I have right here, their names are up at the top. So the author is Alexandra Penfold and the illustrator is Suzanne Kaufman. Okay? So that's the front cover of a book. The books also have a back cover. So here is our back cover. So back covers may have illustrations or pictures from the book. And it also might have information about the author or about the illustrator. In the example that I have here, I see an illustration of maybe a picture or something from the story, but I also see a quote up here. And like I said, this could have important information. So this quote is, "This is a must read for preschool and elementary classrooms everywhere." Okay, so here's the back cover. We've got the front cover. And then we also have the title page. So we're going to open the book to find the title page. Here is the title page. So the title page is almost like the very first page inside the book when you open it up. It has the title and it also has the name of the author and the illustrator. So here is the title, All Are Welcome. And our author and our illustrator is Alexandra Penfold and Suzanne Kaufman. Sometimes the title page may have some information about the book as well. Okay, so let's review that real fast. Let's try to look at that at one more example. So here is another book that I have here. So here we go. This is the front cover, and here is the title, The Cool Bean. Okay, so remember the front cover has the title and it has the name of the author and the illustrator. So I have The Cool Bean is the title and the illustrator or the author is Jory John. Remember the authors? They write the words. So the person who wrote the words for this book is Jory John. The illustrator is Pete Oswald. So this is the front cover. Now let's look at the back cover. This is the back cover of the book. What do we see on the back? On the back cover of this book, I just see an illustration, but like I said, sometimes we see information about the author and about the illustrator. And now we're going to look at the cover page, okay? here is our cover page, or our title. I'm sorry, not cover page. Brain fart, Mrs. McClure. Our title page. So our title page has the title, The Cool Bean, and it also has the author, Jory John, and the illustrator, Pete Oswald. And the rest of the book, what we know about books is that the rest of the book, it has pages with illustrations and words inside. Okay? So to help you better understand the parts of a book, we are going to make a book together today. So you are going to need some materials to make a book. What you will need is, you will need a piece of paper, you will need some markers, crayons, and pencils. So and you will also need a pair of scissors. So you will need markers, crayons, pencils, a pair of scissors, and a piece of paper. And it doesn't matter what color or what type of paper. If you happen to have one of your journals, then you can just pull the paper out from the journal. But go ahead and pause this video and take some time to gather your materials. And when you have all of your materials ready, come back and press play. All right, welcome back. So I hope that you were able to gather all of the materials that you need to make a book. Today we are going to make a book about pumpkins because it is almost fall, the time of year where we buy pumpkins. We have pumpkin cake and pumpkin pie. I thought it would be fun to write a book about pumpkins. So the first thing we have to do is we have to make our book. So you're going to grab your piece of paper, okay, and we're going to fold it in half. So I'm going to fold it in half just like this. You see how I did that? So open it up and close it, fold it in half, and then you're going to fold it in half again, just like this. Do you see that? So you know how we folded it the first time, and then we fold it in half again. So I'll show you what it looks like opening it up, fold it in half, and then we're going to fold it in half again, okay? Now that you have your paper folded, you're going to grab your scissors, and we're going to cut the top off. Very good. Now you have the pages for a book. If you need to pause this video to work on folding your paper, you may do that. All right, welcome back. So what we're going to do now is we have to do our cover, the front cover of our book. So remember, the front cover, we put the title. So the title of our book, since we're writing a book about pumpkins, is we're going to put pumpkin. So we're going to put the title, Pumpkins. Here is my title. So you can write your title, Pumpkins. And then, what else do we need to have on our cover page or our front cover? The author and the illustrator. Since this is your book that you are writing, then you are the author and you are the illustrator. So we have to put your name. So at the bottom of my the front cover, I'm going to put Mrs. McClure because this is my book. But for your book, you're going to put your name because you are the author and you are the illustrator. So I'm going to write Mrs. McClure. So this is what it's going to look like. We have our title, and then we have the author and the illustrator. And because we're going to be talking about pumpkins, I'm going to add a pumpkin to my my front cover because that's going to tell the reader, give them an idea of what I'm writing about. So I'm going to draw a picture of a pumpkin because we're talking and writing about pumpkins. So So I'm going to add my pumpkin on there. I'm going to add a stem. And you can use your crayons to color in your pumpkin. Okay, now here is my book. So here's my cover page. I have the title, Pumpkins. I have the author and the illustrator, which is me, by Mrs. McClure. And then I also have a picture of a pumpkin. So kind of giving the reader an idea of what the book is going to be about. Now the back cover, I'm going to add something about pumpkins. Since we're talking about pumpkins, on the back cover, I'm just going to put some more pumpkins. So I'm going to draw some pumpkins on the back cover of our book. And I'm going to do the best that I can. So I'm just going to add those details to my pumpkin, to my book about pumpkins. All right, so now I have my back cover, and I have a picture of pumpkins because that's what we're writing about, or making our book about, is pumpkins. So I have my front cover that has my title, Pumpkins. I have the name of the illustrator and the author, which is Mrs. McClure, or me. And I also have a picture showing what my book is going to be about. Now we have to do the title page. So on our title page, remember in the title page it has the name of the title and also the author, illustrator, and a little bit of more of an illustration of what's going on in the book. So I'm going to go ahead and write the title of my book, which is Pumpkins. And I'm going to draw another pumpkin to show that this is what my book is about. And this is our title page. And then we're also going to write our name again because we are the author and we are illustrators. So I'm going to put by Mrs. McClure. Okay. Now I'm adding a little bit more here, a little bit more pumpkins here to make a pumpkin patch. So now let's take a look at our book. I have my cover page, or my front cover. I'm sorry, I keep saying cover page. My front cover of my book, which has the title, the author and illustrator, and a picture about what's going on. And then I have the back cover, which has a picture of pumpkins to talk about what, give an idea what's going on in our story. We're talking about pumpkins. And then I have my title page. And my title page, remember a title, we put the title of the book, which is Pumpkins. And then we put the name of the author and the illustrator. And in this case, I am the author and I am the illustrator. So I put by Mrs. McClure. Now we have to do is we have to add the pages to our book. So I'm going to do a page and I'm going to write about pumpkins. So I'm going to say, I love pumpkins. So I'm going to write my words, I love pumpkins. And then I'm going to draw an illustration showing that I love pumpkins. So I'm going to draw a heart to show that I love them. And I'm going to draw a picture of myself smiling. Because I do love pumpkins. That's one thing about Mrs. McClure. I love pumpkins. I love all the fall stuff. I love pumpkin pie. I love pumpkin bread. And I'm going to draw my pumpkin here. My book, I have the cover, Pumpkins by Mrs. McClure. I have my title page, Pumpkins by Mrs. McClure. And I have my page where I write my words. I love pumpkins. And then on the back, we have the back cover. So what I want you to do is I want you to work on your book. You're going to take a picture of it and you're going to send it to me. Okay, I cannot